Our next state representative for the 28th District representing Ohio and all of us, Connie Pillich.
The room, and I just can't believe how many people are here. It's very, very nice. I also want to mention that we've got Wayne Coates just walked in. He's running for recorder. And he's doing a great job running. Also right behind him is Gwen McFarland, who's a trustee for Springfield Township. Commissioner Fortune. He's been so wonderful to me ever since I started this path, and he's been extremely supportive, consistently supportive for me. Here's Tim Burke, our county chairman. I might do that as the day goes on. I'll point out other people that I see. Okay. And I want to thank Barb for putting this event together and finding a great location right in the center of the district. And my campaign manager is Eva Clark over by the table. She is just a workhorse. She works so hard. I also have to acknowledge the Caleb Fox, who is the executive director of the Hamilton County Democratic Party, who was my campaign manager in 2006 and just made all of this here today possible. So I'm just very humbled by all the support I'm getting here. It's wonderful. Now, most of you know me, I think, in this room, at least a little bit, so I think I'll skip my standard introduction where I tell you I'm a Gulf War vet and an attorney and a mom, and I'm just going to get down to business. And when I was preparing my remarks for tonight, I thought about what theme I should focus on. You know, should I talk about how excited I am that I have no opponent? Yeah, that's really a great place to be. And we did celebrate for about 3 hours. And then the next day we got back down to business. And but perhaps I should talk about the negative campaign that is sure to follow. Certainly the Republicans have the same polling data that we have that shows I'm a very strong candidate, and they have to be scared. And when they're starting so late in the campaign season, they're really far behind, and so what they'll resort to is nasty, nasty, nasty stuff. And we just have to be ready for that. Of course, I also thought maybe I could tell you some tales from the campaign trail. We call them trail tales. If you say that fast 3 times, you'll get it messed up. But you know, I talked to this lady in Sharonville, and her grandson had just come back from Iraq, and she was very scared that she and her husband would have trouble paying for their heating and air conditioning, as well as being able to pay for food. Then I talked to a recent graduate in Forest Park who can't find a decent job and has this mountain of student loans to pay. And that reminds me of the dad in Sycamore Township who's trying to figure out how he's going to afford to send his 3 kids to college. Because he knows that they need an education. And he just knows that they won't survive without it. Or the wife in Wyoming whose husband's illness will max out his lifetime health insurance benefit and will lead them to certain financial ruin. We have so many problems. Oh wait, there's one more. I got the Iraq War veteran, just got back from Iraq, found his life is in a shambles, and he's in a state that will give him a commemorative license plate but won't do anything else for him. You know, we have a lot of problems, but I don't want to focus on them. I want to talk about what I think is even more important right now, more short term that we can work on, and that is changing the House. Right now, the Republicans control the Ohio House of Representatives. And because they control that, they can decide what gets moved. They decide what bills go into committee, what bills come out of committee, and what is allowed to come to the floor to be voted on. And for years, they have used their power to impede important legislation from coming to the floor and getting passed. And they do it for partisan reasons. It has nothing to do with the people here in this room or the neighbors who didn't make it in. And we have really suffered. We've lost jobs, people are losing their homes, our health care is a mess, our veterans are just not being taken care of. But we do have an opportunity to make some changes. Right now, Ohio, the State House is only short, let me rephrase that. We are only 4 seats away from changing control of the State House. 4 seats. And I'm going to fill one of those seats. And I know it's such an exciting election year. Senator Obama is at the top of the ticket, and we certainly need new leadership at the helm in Washington, because there's a disaster that our country's in right now. But just as important, and maybe even more important, is changing the Ohio House of Representatives in Columbus. Because if we don't make a change there, we're going to be stuck with the same stagnant situation we've had for a very long time. So I want to ask you to, well, first of all, I want to thank you again for being here and supporting me. But it's really not me you're supporting, it's Ohio that you're supporting, and it's the future that you're supporting. And if we all work together and try to put our backs into this, we're gonna make a big change in Columbus. And we're gonna make our state not on the edge of despair like all those sad stories I hear on the campaign trail, but we're gonna put us back on track. And we're gonna move forward, and we're gonna give our kids a better chance in the future. So I thank you very much, and I hope to be able to get around the whole room and meet everybody and chat with you a little bit. And thank you.